everybody. Welcome back to Rock Talk, the place where we get together and hang out and discuss all things rocks and lapidary. Today's show is going to be excellent. We are going to be talking about all the different things that you can make with rocks, and Christmas is coming up, so great gift ideas, right? So the first person I'm going to introduce today is Ryan Brown. He owns Glacier Brothers. Hi, Ryan. Welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great.
Excellent. Our next co-host is Dave. Hi, Dave. Welcome aboard.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you tonight.
Yeah. So, Dave, you run a charity. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we run, our Facebook group is called Rock Tumblers for Autism. I'm a special education teacher, retired trucker who went into education. And we had a young man in one of the groups who had autism that his tumbler quit. We raised money and bought him a new Lortone rock tumbler. We've been doing it ever since. And so we just gave away another one just a couple of nights ago to the Rock Hounds 2.0, I believe it was having a Pebble Puppy event. And so we donated a rock tumbler, and the lady who won that for her child just happened to be a special education teacher who has a daughter with autism. And so we do it because of the ability to help them with communication and science, stuff like that.
Awesome. So the next person we're going to introduce, this is Courtney King. Hi, Courtney. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Glad to see you.
You too.
So, Courtney, you own a lapidary business, is that correct?
I do. It's CNS Services Cabs and Stones. We have our Facebook page, and then we have a website that's cabsandstones.com. We just cut stones for jewelry makers. I make jewelry, simple jewelry every now and again, but not very often. Our big thing is really the cabs and slabs.
Excellent. So speaking of jewelry makers, we do have a special guest with us, Lisa. Lisa, hi, welcome.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. So tell us a little bit about the business that you own.
Light Catchers is my own jewelry. And I don't know what to say about it. Just I'm trying to make it. 4 years now. So hopefully 4 years, they say, is the mark where you start making it. So I wire wrap with silver and mostly silver and some gold filled and very little gold. And I use stones and gems. And that's it.
Excellent. That's really cool in itself. I'm going to add Dave back. He disappeared on us for a minute.
Sorry about that. I was trying to adjust my phone. The hearing aids didn't pick it up anymore, and suddenly I couldn't hear, and out I went.
What?
What?
Thanks.
I had to.
So I do have something special I want to tell everybody that is viewing us live right now. We are going to start doing live giveaways at the end of every episode. So we will be keeping track of the people that are commenting. That's how you get entered, is you comment in the comment section. And at the end, we'll draw a name, and it'll be a great big surprise for you. So I was out last night and I was messing around with my Tiffany stone, which I love cutting it because it's such a fun stone. Every time you cut it, it's a different pattern, it's different colors. And honestly, it's the first time I've made cabs in about 6 months. And I got to say thank you to all of my co-hosts here for getting me excited and getting me back into the hobby. Because without you, I wouldn't have made these beautiful babies.
Nice.
That one, and then this one.
I like that. Yeah.
I like them both. This one is radioactive. Now, I have this little Geiger counter that I got off of Amazon, and I generally find hot stones in Tiffany and dinosaur gem bone. Anything that is over 100 is going to set the alarm off, and it's going to be considered dangerous, and I wouldn't wear it for every day. But this stone here, it had a very high reading of 81.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just thought that was pretty cool. I thought I'd share that with you guys, and I just want to say thank you.
Kirsten gets everybody into the Tiffany stone. See, I've got some of hers.
Oh, yes, sir. Cut that and polish it, man. It's like butter.
There you go. Hi, William. By the way, William Marcus, Bill. He said hi to everybody.
Oh, that's nice. That's
well,
really
hello,
nice.
William. Glad you could join us.
Yeah.
So let's talk what we can all make out of rocks. So I did have a few people here, everybody here actually, send me in photos of some of their projects. And what I would love to do is just go through the photos and you just tell us a little bit about each of them, and we can get some ideas together of what we can make for Christmas coming up or any holiday really. So who wants to start first?
Pick one.
You're the one with the buttons.
I know. Nobody's volunteering. You guys are so naughty.
You're the hot seat.
Okay, so I'm going to just
Pick somebody.
pick a person at random and we'll start there. How about I start? Since okay.
Awesome.
You're the button lady.
I'm going to start here. So what it's going to do is overlay a photo across all of our faces, but we'll still be able to talk, so that'll be great. What you can see here is a collection of all my books I have on Amazon. They are all rock-based, and if you go into the description of the video, there are links to all kinds of things I've put in there. Those are in there for sure. One of the things in this photo, if you look at the very center, is a hand, and I carved that out of alabaster. So that's something you can do with the stone. If it's soft enough, you can carve it, or you can make it into a beautiful cabochon. What you see here, this is damsonite from Arizona, from Burrow Creek, and you see it is on the rough, and the rough I find so fascinating because the sun bleaches it a green color, but as soon as you slice into it, it's purple. Pretty
So
cool.
That rough it's sitting on is the rough of that stone.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's cool.
So the next one I have here, I just wanted to show you the painted rock. So that's another thing that you can do. You can paint the rocks. And it's actually a pretty big hobby. I know we have one group dedicated to painted rocks here in Utah that we run. And then you can also, if you look down here, there's a necklace there. You can order from Amazon these little spiral holders, and you can put your tumbled stones in there. And then I just wanted to show this because it's a cute little beaver I painted.
I love your painted rocks. They're so cute.
They make those little rocks you can put stuff on and hide them. Or they call them traveling rocks. You can do that.
Oh, yeah, similar.
It was super cute how she peeked out from behind the photo. That made me laugh.
I like that too. That was pretty cute.
Oh, Jim Bob,
So,
oh my Lord.
and then right here, this is a piece of my gem bone. So this is a primo piece because it's got the colors and the rainbow throughout. Another thing that I do, I make silver jewelry. So this is a little bee. Some people have teased me because the head looks like something, but I don't see it. I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
And then right here is a bowl that I've made. So you can use different tools and achieve this kind of finish. It's pretty amazing. I use a grinder for that. And then this last one, this is the very first thing I ever made jewelry-wise as far as rocks go, and I painted it like a little rainbow flower and then glued a little chip of amethyst, and I sold it. And I still don't, it's just something really cute and fun. Let's move on to our next superstar. It looks like Ryan. Ryan, you're up. Nobody can see your face. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So this is actually a slab of Laguna lace that we polished. And then we also do these picture photography for like photos for your living room and framed photos and stuff like that.
Nice.
Actually, Laguna lace that Andrew took a picture of, and it's really nice. But just
It is.
pictures-
It's really pretty.
just pictures as gifts are really cool. So this, a lot of people would say that this is pyretized dinosaur bone. It's not. It's a reptile bone from an ichthyosaurus. from Volga River, Russia. This is bone that has been pyritized. It's awesome. I
Wow.
love it.
Yeah, that's super cool.
That's one of my favorite stones. And, you have to treat this because the pyrite gets pyrite rot. So very cool stuff.
So this is zebra calcite. This one was acid washed. So it was like a big stand-up acid wash piece. But once again, we use this one for photography, for photos.
Nice. You can make a calendar with this.
Yeah.
So
Put a little label in there, say what it is, where it came from. I know I'd buy one.
So
Absolutely.
that was flower.
Oh, sorry.
Fine.
Skipped ahead.
This is flower of peach lace. I actually have the rough that I'm going to show on the show of this exact piece, but it blew my mind. The outside looked nothing like that, not even close.
Oh yeah, like that damsonite that I showed, where it doesn't. You wouldn't even know. Yeah, cool.
This is red lightning. This is another one of Andrew's photography pieces. So
Andrew's a good photographer. Make sure you tell him I
Yeah,
said
he
that.
is.
this is rainbow fluorite from Mexico that I polished and Andrew took a photo of. It's really awesome.
That is really awesome.
So this is Upper Peninsula fluorescent sodalite made into a sphere. We do spheres. You could do it by hand with a lot of practice, or you can get a machine that makes these.
Right. Oh, that's neat.
This is a polished pair of Botswana agates. And I want to tell people you don't have to have a fancy machine to do this. If you get something that is below a 6 in Mohs hardness, you can use sandpaper, different good sandpaper and water, and you can do it by hand.
Yeah.
You can do it by
Yeah,
hand.
absolutely.
So,
That's how I started. That's very true.
so this is a pop socket that I made for my little sister. It is tourmalated quartz from Brazil, but she asked for a certain shape and stuff, and
I love that.
it turned out, yeah, she's had it for 3 years, and she still got it on her phone. So
Nice.
Okay, I know kids. They don't do that. That's impressive.
oh, well, she's 24, so when I say little, she's not little. But, this is Indonesian fossil coral that Andrew had this really cool idea to backlight it because it was so agatized, and then we took this photo. This one's going to be a gift for one of our friends, but I think it turned out so cool.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
a really neat picture.
Okay, so this was some rare stuff. I actually think Courtney might have bought this. This was a while back. This was some rare galena from Mexico, and it had turquoise and chrysocolla and copper compounds in it. It was fantastic. Whenever you cabbed it, it shines like metal. It looks like there's little oceans on it.
See, now I gotta go looking through all the stuff that I have that I haven't put away. to try and find it.
Send it to me if you have it, Courtney.
Okay.
Okay, so next up is going to be Courtney dear. So here we go.
Oh my
Okay,
lord!
So this is a Sugilite set that I made for a Silversmith friend of mine. She wanted, I had made the same set out of lapis for my mother and had it set, and she liked it so much that she wanted me to duplicate the set for her. So she took it and she made it into the middle piece is a pendant, the 3 on the bottom are a bracelet, the 2 on the outer edges are earrings, and then the top piece she made into a ring. And they turned out beautifully. It took me a long time to get this set made because the Sugilite I was working with at the time was very shreddy, so it kept breaking on me, and then I'd want to throw it across the room, and then I'd have to put it down for a couple weeks and then start again. So, Sugilite's my favorite stone. I've got better quality Sugilite now, but that set was a lot of fun and a lot of pain in the butt to make.
Did you have to treat it? Did you have to hextol it or anything to keep it?
I don't cut treated stones.
She refuses.
I'm weird about
Oh.
it. Like I want everything natural. If I have to treat it, I won't cut it.
Oh, I do, especially with dinosaur gem bone because it's calcified sometimes, especially around the cell walls, and it'll fall apart over time. So, but yeah, no, I get that. I get that for sure.
Yeah. So that is
my Lord.
some Royal Imperial Jasper. Those were actually giveaways that I did. So I do occasionally custom cut giveaways when I do shows on Facebook. And this girl wanted a heart shape of the Royal Imperial Jasper. And I just did glue on bales, one silver, one gold, and sent them off to her.
No, I love that. That's good. Anybody listening, you guys go make sure you're following her sales,
Wow.
and maybe you'll get a giveaway here.
Yeah. So that is Mexican sponge agate. I probably got that from Ryan. And it's just a heart that I made.
I see you love hearts.
I do love hearts. So
My Lord.
So this is my broken heart that I make. When I very first started, this was before I got a machine or anything else. I was making this heart for a friend of mine, and it broke. And I was very frustrated. It was a piece of jasper that was brown on one side and blue on the other, and it had this perfect line down the middle. And I thought, well, that's perfect. And then it broke. And then I was drilling the holes, and it broke again. So I ended up doing this and just tying it together. But this was the very first thing that I ever sold, was that style.
Wow.
I made that particular one for her and gave it to her. But after that, I sold, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them. And I don't know why I stopped making them. I have all this stuff. I probably should start again. They're a lot of fun to make.
I'm guessing it's like a pocket rock, or, I mean,
That one is about palm size.
okay.
But I've made them smaller. I've made them as small as a couple inches. So
Would be sick in a
Nice.
frame. Just saying.
You can make it.
Yeah, it would.
You could make that into a necklace, and then one person gets one side, and the other person gets the other.
yes,
Oh, that's a cute idea. I
did
love
for
that.
A couple that I know in Florida, that exact thing, and they said, just put one hole in it instead of the 3 and tying it together. And they did exactly that. They each have one on a cord that they wear.
Courtney, now I got to hit you up for Christmas gifts now.
Okay.
Yes.
That looks familiar.
Those are some Hubei turquoise.
Shake your
colors.
ears. Oh, nobody can see you.
Yeah, that I cut for a very special gentleman that I know, whom you'll see a picture of in a moment. They're huge. They're an inch. They're 28 millimeters round with a 27 and a half saddle, and they're 3/4 thick because this man has some big fat ears. But
Yeah, I heard that.
it was a lot of fun making them. He waited patiently for 6 months for those two. He kept saying,
Wow.
Remember my birthday was in January. And I asked you." So this is a friend of mine his wife passed away. And he asked me to make a memorial sign for her for their garden. But he wanted it to hang from a tree. But he wanted it carved on a rock. And it had to have hummingbirds. So I just went online and found, something with a hummingbird and just with my Dremel carved the letters in, stenciled it on, carved the letters in, and then I used crushed garnet to do the inlay with. And it hangs from his tree today.
Oh, that's sweet.
So far it's been hanging there 2 years. So
A labor of love there.
absolutely. So this was a ring. There's a local jewelry store close to me that calls me periodically to do repairs for them. So this gentleman had this tiger's eye ring, and the stone had fallen out of it and cracked and shattered. So she asked me if I could make him a stone to replace, the stone that fell out. So she just gave me the ring, and I cut this stone and star bonded it in for him as a replacement.
It's really pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, that one was fun because it's an odd shape.
Oh, wow. That was pretty too.
Okay, so sorry about that. It looks like we are going to go see what Dave has here.
So before we go to mine, I'd like to show Courtney something
Yeah,
and
sure.
ask her, since you do the sugilite. Now, my dad used to do a lot of sugilite.
Yeah, that's the composite, right?
And that's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
I believe that's a sugilite composite. I haven't worked any of it. He gave this to me when I got started in this. It's probably 2.5 by 3
Okay.
square.
Yep.
It's a pretty good sized chunk. But I just wasn't for sure if that's what that was, as a composite Sujilite.
That's exactly.
Do you have a UV light?
I don't. I need to get one, but I'm a cheapskate.
If you get
this one.
Low rate, yep, that's the same one I use, same exact one.
I got this one.
If you shine it, the composite will glow.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, don't mess yourself up, because it could just be a pure block of Sujilite, but the chances of it not having any waves or textures in it at all are pretty slim.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you never know. You do want to test it, because you might sell something that is kind of expensive for not that
so
much.
Dave,
Okay.
the broken heart that she showed the picture of that was
Right.
tied together, the one half of that is the Sujilite composite.
Okay, well, that was really nice looking stuff.
Yep, and what you're going to find, though, too, like we talked about on the show a couple weeks ago, is you're going to get that plasticky smell, because it's the composite. It's been pressed back.
Okay.
Right, so just
Alrighty.
so you're aware. Okay, now, what's Dave got?
Okay, so we're going to show what Dave has here.
Hush up, Brian.
So this was a piece of Mexican lace agate that someone sent me, and I was cabbing along. It's a pretty small cab. It's smaller than what I typically like to do, because I've done pop sockets and big cabs for so long. And I was cabbing along, and the end of it snapped off. And I thought, oh no, look at my beautiful cab. It's just ruined. And then I looked at the end of it, and those beautiful bots in there.
Yep.
And so
I like big bots.
Amen.
I just thought, you know something? I'm just going to, I haven't decided what to do with it yet. I'm wanting to learn silversmithing, and I've thought about maybe even making a setting for this one, or having somebody that's pretty good at wire wrapping maybe do something for it. But it just had such a beautiful polish and was such a beautiful stone that I couldn't discard it. Normally I would discard anything that breaks, but that was a very beautiful break on this one, so I kept it.
You could drill
I love it.
top side and just put a piece of leather through it. It would be awesome with the botch riddles hanging downwards.
Yeah,
It
you
would
could.
be really cool.
My lapidary guy told me when we were learning, if something breaks, just make it into a different shape. Don't forget, it's your piece of art. You can do whatever you
Right.
want.
Now this one right here, if you've never worked Blue Mountain Jasper, you have got to work some of this material. And it's the hardest material you'll ever hate when you're trying to get it shaped. It is absolutely, it takes forever because it is so hard. As a matter of fact, Dale, he closed a mine up 2 years ago, I believe it was, because every time that they wanted to do any mining, it cost him $16,000 to bring in somebody to blast, because your equipment won't dig it. You can't break it out of the rock. You have to blast it out. And and you can see from there, from everything in it, it's just phenomenal material once you get it cabbed, and it'll take a polish like nothing else.
That varnish is
And,
insane on there.
Oh yeah, and it's one of my favorite materials, and I even make pop sockets out of it that are just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's beautiful material to work with.
But this.
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, that one's not even finished. I took this photo and I was doing something, don't remember what, but this is Rosetta lace. And I had never worked any. I had a young man out of California send this to me. I think I got 5 pounds of it that he sent me, and I traded him a couple of pop sockets that he wanted for that and something else. Or maybe I paid partial on this and there was some trade. But this is 1 out of 2. I've got another one laying over here, a piece that I have the circle all drawn out. But this became a pop socket. And the pop sockets, for those who don't know what they are, Ryan showed one earlier. They go on the back of your cell phone, and you can pull, the socket will go in and out so you can prop your phone up, or you can hold it between your fingers, whatever. And so I made this for them, and that's mostly what we do to support our charity, is sell these pop sockets. So that's what I made out of this one. And this one right here needs a little stabilizing. There are some areas in it that have little pinholes because it's not real solid, but the areas, especially over in the white where you see over here, that just took on a life of its own when I hit it on the wheel. It was awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love this one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, this is some obsidian from right here in Oregon up at Glass Buttes. And I can't even tell you where I got the material. Somebody gave me this 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago. No, it wouldn't have been over that. Would have been no more than 4. And it laid here in my shop forever. A nice, pretty good sized piece of it. And here, it's only been 3 or 4 months ago. I thought I should try some obsidian. I don't do, I stay with agate and jasper, stuff like that. So I put that on I got a brand new 10-inch slab saw from HP a few months ago. And I thought, okay, finally I have a way to slab this up. And I pulled a slab off of that. And at first it was really dull. I could not get a shine on it because it would have just that dull look to it. And I came across somebody that told me how to polish obsidian. So this is actually my first ever experience with obsidian right here. And I have... Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, I like that ghosting down there. I'm told this is a silver sheen. I don't work obsidian much, so I have to take their word for it.
It looks like gold.
It looks like gold sheen. Yeah.
Well, right. And I wondered that as well. I thought, well, it doesn't look like the silver that I've seen pictures of, more like a gold. And but this is from right here in Oregon. And so we're waiting to get back up there and go get some more of this material.
It's still amazing.
Nice.
Isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I love this. I think this one is so cute.
So I have a daughter who still lives here at home. If anybody knows anybody that wants to adopt a 30-year-old woman who needs to move away from home, let me know.
Want to trade?
We can hook her up with my 35-year-old son that's still.
There we go. That's what she needs. So this piece right here is actually a heart that I bought from a friend who has a show called We Got Rocks. And he used to own Hollywood Ranch, where we dig all of the petrified wood right over here in Sweet Home, Oregon. And Brad had these, and I bought 2 or 3 of them. And my daughter wanted to try her hand at wire wrapping. And so she bought a bunch of wires. She bought some tools. She sat down, and this is like the 4th or 5th piece that she wire wrapped it. So she did a really great job.
I like the rose.
Considering that she'd only made 4 or 5 pieces before this.
Right.
And,
Yeah, you're right, Ryan. The rose on there is cute.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So, this one.
Oh my goodness.
This went nowhere. This one is hanging in my closet. I actually wore this. I wore this last Sunday because I wear Western shirts and boots and jeans when I go anywhere. And so for church Sunday, I put this one on. This is the 40 by 50 cab. This is the center out of a piece of a thunder egg that I found at Richardson Ranch up here about 3 years ago.
Wow.
And yeah, I've never seen material like this before. Absolutely phenomenal. I've made pop sockets out of it and sold. I still have a couple of pieces of this left, and I'm going to make some other material. But this one was a bolo tie, and we do the same thing. We sell the bolo ties or whatever we make, we sell to support the charity. But this one, I just couldn't let go of. This had to be mine.
I love it.
There you go.
I need a Sujilite pop socket, just saying.
This is actually a pop socket that I sold to a friend of mine down in Florence that I've known since I was a kid. She's a friend of my folks. And I called this one Lonely Oregon because if you look at the very bottom of it, it looks like waves coming up on a beach, and you see the storm clouds coming up around all of it. This is actually a piece of what is now called Freedom Jasper. It's better known as, my mind just went blank.
Gary
Thank
Green.
you.
Gary Green.
Gary Green, exactly.
Yeah.
Or Larsenite.
It's going to be.
Larsenite.
Yeah. That's what I'll call it. All right.
That's beautiful coloring.
It's a little bit more difficult material sometimes to cab and polish because you'll get harder and softer spots in it. So it took me a long time to find the right piece that would actually take a polish all the way across and not have to do any stabilizing with. And so, Yeah, it has those chalky areas in it, exactly. So it not only will not always take an even polish, it'll undercut sometimes. This one just happened to lay out perfect.
What I love about it is the bog mud, and you'll find wormholes in this, and it's so cool. I love that.
Right. Oh, yeah. And this one right here is one of my favorite materials, and this is just one of the looks that you can get out of it. This is polka dot agate from the polka dot agate mine right over here outside Madras, Oregon.
Gorgeous.
And
I love dots. Oh. Woo!
This you just never
Makes me
know
shiver.
when you. Right. It's a material that is so versatile in its look. When you cut a slab and you cut into a piece of rough, you have no clue how it's going to look and how those dots are going to move, how many of them might be, what color you're going to get out of it. I have cut some of this that's just almost absolutely clear. There is some of it that will go into what they call ice blue. And I finally got a couple of pieces of that just about 2 weeks ago when I went up there. And I haven't even got to slab it yet. But this is a pop socket that I made out of that. This is some of my favorite all-time material ever. And this is, believe it or not, a piece of turkey stick agate.
Yep.
Turkey stick agate, yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and it's a lot like the Blue Mountain Jasper. It is a really hard and hardy material. Again, you don't know. I think this one, if you look, and the picture really isn't showing it. There's a spot that actually has a vein of bright red that will run through areas of it. And I think there's one on that left-hand side there, if you could see it, or maybe it's all the way over on the right. But the same thing, it's once you get a polish on it, you don't really have to work it hard once you get the shape. And this, Ryan, you should know what this is.
Coral, isn't it?
Can I guess?
Yes.
Well, I thought it was a Petoskey stone at first, but there's no hexagons in the area, so it's not a hexagon area.
Yeah, no, it looks like coral to me.
It is coral for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is a piece, and if you have to look really close, and you'll see the overlying flowers in that coral. This is some of that Indonesian coral that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. No, that's
That's a beautiful cap, Dave.
Very heavily agatized.
Ooh, I like this. Yep.
Oh yeah, now I have a friend over in Eastern Oregon where I used to live, and both her son and her husband's birthdays were right together just a few months ago, and she asked me to make a couple of belt buckles, which I'd never done before. And so I practiced. You don't know how many pieces of stone I ruined trying to make a cab that would fit inside of these beveled edges that would sit in there the right way and stay tight. This particular piece, that first piece, is actually a piece of petrified wood that I got out of Indonesia. That one right there.
That is nice.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. This one right here is made out of some more material that I picked up at the polka dot agate mine, and this is purple cow jasper.
Howdy, buddy.
Howdy. Good to see you. This is one of my favorite materials, and again, it's another one that every time you cut, every time you get a piece of rough, it's going to be absolutely different than the one before. I just got a couple of really nice pieces of this that have green opal running around some areas that are going to be cappable. Absolutely fantastic material, but sometimes it also will have those softer areas, so you have to pick where you're going to cut it.
Yes.
Okay, so before we show Lisa's awesome stuff and put her on the hot seat, so I make belt buckles too. I get these from Tandy Leather. They're $9.99. My husband has one that he's worn for the past 6 years straight with it's a horrible intarsia, the very first one I ever made. Oh my gosh. And he wears it in public and it embarrasses me. So I'm in the process of making him a new Cowboys one. So but yeah, these are really good deal. They do have a curve to them, so you have to kind of work around that, but it's totally doable.
Little tiny pieces and resin it in there.
Yeah, you could do intarsia and just you could even do a huge mosaic in there, whatever you want.
Yep. Yeah, that's the plan. Well, hopefully.
I need that link. I need that link. That's a cool idea.
Okay,
Well,
sure.
I like
Yeah. It's just Tandy Leather, but I'll look it up for you.
I like the Western belt buckles, but I'm having a hard time finding a good assortment. The one that I wear the most is a horseshoe shape that I have a stone in the middle. I can't find anything like that. I've looked everywhere, even Indian jewelry supply. So if anybody knows of a good supplier for stuff like that, I'm looking for one.
Kingsley North.
So you got Fire Mountain Gems, or as Ryan said, you have Kingsley North. I highly recommend subscribing to their catalogs and going through them. You can find some of the neatest things in here that nobody really is using. And, you know, it's free to get the catalog. And I use like a highlighter and I circle everything I want, and then I don't get anything. So.
Kingsley North.
And I use both of those places myself. As a matter of fact, Kingsley North, I think we have now purchased 25 or 30 of the lower tone rock tumblers that we send to the kids. And so
from
where we
them.
buy
Oh,
all
that's
that.
great.
But they're one town over from me. I know that family. I know them. If you
Wow.
need hookups on stuff, I could probably talk to Richard and his dad for sure. So,
Yeah, right.
They have
Awesome.
been absolutely awesome to us.
yeah, I'll do that for sure.
Okay, Lisa, we're going to put you on center here.
Okay.
Excited.
We'll start with
Ooh, look
this
at that.
one.
This is the stuff that Courtney hates.
Can't stand that.
Peruvian opal. So, I made these. I call them bedrock series because they're kind of weird formed, and then you dangle down some more. I made a bezel for that one. I do different ones, but I love the Peruvian opal, and I'm so sad that it just can't be a stone that's stable for anybody to cut.
It's opalina.
Opalina, well, Peruvian opal,
Yeah,
right?
it is,
So,
but it's opalina.
yeah, opalina.
So, a little
So,
bit different.
I just love that blue. My God,
Yeah,
That's-
it's beautiful, beautiful stone.
this is a stone that Courtney cut and put up on Facebook, and
Is it cotton candy?
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
and
I just got some of that.
It's
I said,
beautiful.
Courtney, there's a lily in there, and she's like, yeah, and there's a little watering can on the
Oh, wow.
side, and it's
Right.
a druzy, and I'm like, so I had to make that. I had
Yeah,
to.
I love how you captured the druzy up top with that piece of silver.
Yeah, I
love
had to. I couldn't cover it up.
it. It's
And
gorgeous.
then, I want people to see the rock all the way through. So I like a thicker cap. I don't like to build things up and cover them, and you end up getting this tiny little thin rock, and it's packed with other stuff. I mean, that's good. Some people do that, but I want you to see what you get, and then it's a heavier piece.
The depth is amazing for sure.
So, that's been a labor of love too. These are 3 bracelets that I made. One was Wellow opal. The yellow one is white opal, and then the other one is topaz. But this is all wire wrapped, and it's not my design. This is from another lady, Sarah Thompson. But what I did different here was I soldered my wire down, and I soldered things together so they would be safe, so they wouldn't come apart or snag on anything. So I did that.
Did you do the beads yourself?
I did the bead. I put them in. I didn't make them though.
Oh, okay.
That's what you mean.
Lisa, so you don't do the lapidary side at all?
I don't. I try to buy all my stones from this lady here on your podcast, but I
Yay,
like
Courtney.
smaller things now.
She's into tiny stuff now.
Yeah.
So, and
Oh.
I can't make anything as tiny as what
Courtney
she
hates
does.
doing tiny stones.
I want
Yeah.
6 millimeter turquoise
I'm going to
caps
do the
for my
6
new bracelets
millimeters
that I'm
for her.
doing.
But less than 6 millimeter, I just can't do it. My hands
Yeah.
just won't allow.
It's hard.
So,
So anyway, this is also Courtney's. This is sponge agate, and I couldn't remember the name of this stone. I kept calling her and asking her and kissing her off.
Courtney's
And
not my
then I
stone.
she used to call it SpongeBob.
I called it.
Courtney, did you get that? Did you get that from us? Is that a piece from us?
That did not that one.
Oh, okay.
The heart was from you, but this
Oh.
I actually got before I met you.
I love how interconnected we all are.
Identical. So I just
That-
stuck it in like a real random bezel. There's no straight edge to it. Put some leaves on it. I tied in some tanzanite beads, and it's adjustable. So whoever.
So it's
size
really,
I really love that design. That is really
so it's
cool.
really important to note when Lisa says stuck some leaves on it, she made the leaves. She didn't just get leaves and stick them on. She made the leaves herself.
So I have
So-
a really cool
Just
story
saying.
for jewelry makers if we ever get to it. But if you show
Okay.
them,
Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I promise.
this is my raven. I love ravens,
wow.
moonstones. So let's see. We got the top. We got a bale I made. I stuck in a square moonstone. There's agates. There's some crystals there. Some Herkimer crystal down below with the other amethyst. And that's a casting that I bought off of somebody in Facebook. And I love their raven. So
Oh,
That-
it is just beautiful.
I love it.
you see how the heart came in by his beak? And that just kind of made itself.
Oh yeah, I like
These-
that.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, for sure. Sorry.
You know, they sometimes go off and tell me what they want, and so that's what they are. So that one, oh my God. So that one, I sat there, that's silver clay. And I sat with a African gray on my shoulder the entire week while I made every single flower, leaf, and the actual bezel it's sitting in. And
That's insane.
my jewelry instructor at the time was really poo-poo on it. I was like, whatever, because it's not real silver, and it's not. You know, it's silver clay, which is real silver, but it doesn't have the strength that silver has.
Yeah.
But it's still very pretty, nice opal.
Yeah, I love working with PMC. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's to me, it's I don't know. It's a nice way to add something to your work. You know, if you
Yeah,
want
personalize
flower,
it for sure.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
this is all Courtney's. I had to do a vendor fair, and I was really stoked, and I thought for sure these would fly off the table, but they did not.
What?
And no,
That's surprising because they're gorgeous. They're
They're
rings or are they
gorgeous.
bracelets? I can't tell.
they're bracelets, they're cuffs, and they are stout casted silver.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, all of her lovely turquoise that she cut for me, and at the last minute because what we wanted to do didn't work out. And
So
So
what
I learned-
happened?
yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, babe.
No, I learned how to cut. I learned how to polish rocks that week because a couple of them didn't quite fit.
So
So I learned how to
what
do that.
she did was she sent me a paper cutout of the pattern that she thought was the right size,
Yeah.
which is what I cut the stones to. I didn't realize that she had the bezels, or I would have had her send me a bezel. So she got all the stones back and they didn't quite fit. So she had to take her Fordham and cut them down and repolish them a little bit on the outsides.
You can't tell. They look amazing.
Yeah, she did a
They
hell of a
are
job.
beautiful. They are.
Yeah,
And
they're
they're
phenomenal.
priced with everything out there that like in Arizona and all the Indian jewelry. They're priced very comparable to that. So it's just hard, you know. People just don't have the money these days. So
I love turquoise.
I
I have an
do.
addiction problem.
I do.
So are any of these still available?
They are all still available. I have them right here.
Okay.
Guys, you need to hit her up.
That's
on
awesome.
Yes, gifts
They're
for
all on my
Christmas,
website.
men.
Yeah. I have a website.
And-
Sorry.
It is in the description of the video, so anybody that wants to get on and check out her business, please go on there, click. It'll take you right there.
Model them for you.
Yeah, we love show and tell. We love seeing stuff. So I'll let Courtney kind of take over from here for a few minutes.
Okay, so I mean, we all want to know a lot of things about you, Lisa. Like, you know, what did you do before jewelry, and then what made you want to transition into jewelry?
I've always made stuff. When I was young, Ryan, I fell in love with turquoise. I'd go down to the store and I'd buy the little birds and the hangers, and I'd make my earrings and stuff and gifts for people when I was little. So then I grew up and I became a nurse. And then I said, nah, I think I'll make stained glass windows. So I made stained glass windows for Montana, Kalispell, and some other places out there. Worked with the best glass you could get from Europe. It was really beautiful stuff. Then I
And
kind
it's
of
fair
felt,
to say she made a decent amount of money. When
Yeah.
I went to visit her, she took me to a church where she did a lot of their stained glass windows, and they're still in that church today.
they had
They're
people
beautiful.
in them. They had people. I don't like doing people.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. This is fine. I have a window that I won't part with because nobody will pay me the amount of money I want for it. But it's got like over 300 crystals in it. Pink crystals, mostly. They're cranberry pink, and they're very expensive because they add gold to them to get them that color. So, and it's got it's Art Nouveau kind of thing. But anyway, so that kind of, I was able to have a shop, and then I came to my garage and did it here, and I worked for, I'm just going to say it, I worked for Phil Jackson. I worked for a lot of people that were well known, and it was great while it lasted, you know. And then I went into nursing and took care of people until people didn't want to take care of themselves and got tired of that. So I said, you know, I painted. So that's what started. I painted, and painting was really cool, but it has a lot on your feet. And so I want to get away from the on the feet thing. So I picked up, like your daughter did, Dave, I picked up a rock and I started wrapping it. And I thought that the little cabochons that you would make with the painting on the back would be a good seller, but I can't give them away. So, and then that just
you sold a few when I was there.
Yeah, I did, and then as I was going through with jewelry, we were wire wrapping, and then I wanted to do a jewelry class, so I did a goldsmithing course at the college and learned how to, you know, set stones and things. Where's my camera?
Right there.
My crazy cosmic
That's
kind of
neat.
thing.
Yeah.
Just finished that. So, you know, but then I'm kind of going back to the wire wrapping thing. Where's my camera? There we go.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
I love that. That's awesome.
Is
So
that
that
one of the multifunction?
Well, it did. It started off with that because, you know, the multifunction, here's where it attaches, those hooks that attaches to the bracelet. But I'm going to get the hang of it yet. So it'll attach to it. But it's too big. And so it ended up making the bracelet fit like a size 8. And not too many people want an 8 or 8.5. And so, but it's available. So I had to kind of remake that one into something else. It's still a bracelet, but now it's kind of the story I wanted to tell. Do you want me to go into that?
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question, was tell me about the convertible or multifunctional items. I want to hear about those. Because Lisa has these great things that can be, they can be bracelets, they can be pendants. She's got all these great ideas. So if you're going to spend the money, why not get something that can be 2 different things, right?
Yeah.
So move a little bit slowly, Lisa. Don't move too fast, or it's
okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to get situated.
Yep.
So this is the bracelet, and we fold in the rocks. So this is morganite and amethyst, and they're faceted on this guy. So he would have matched that other thing perfectly.
Oh yeah.
And then this top piece is the new make, because it makes it a little smaller by 1/2 of an inch. It's still a big bracelet. So when you put it on, you basically squeeze this together, and it has hooks. I don't have my glasses on. I have my glasses on. I'm kind of in the dark. I know it doesn't look like that to you guys, but okay. So you lift up one side, and then you open that up, and then you lift out the other. But I got it tightened, so I can't get it off of there.
Okay.
So it won't fall apart.
But effectively, you could take that whole piece off and then slide a chain in it, right?
Yes, I did. You can slide a chain through this little hole now if you'd want to, because that's kind of a cool place to put a chain.
Right.
What happened was I was making this piece, and I got down to the very end of it, which is the sides. So I'm like, what am I going to do with that? And I thought, well, I pulled my knowledge out of goldsmithing class, and I piled a ton of coolant gel on the top and on the sides. And then I kind of unburied the sides, and I put a little leaf. It's a grape leaf. I don't know if you can see it. You see the grape leaf on the side there? And there's like 2 little
Oh
beads.
yeah, now I can. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, so I put my leaves on, and that was on top of, all this 30 gauge wire is all around this. It's everywhere. And it didn't melt. And then I walked it to the sink, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to look at this. And I went and looked at the stone, and it was still morganite. It wasn't black. And I was just like, I walked outside and I went, yeah. And the squirrel turned around and ran into the rock wall. He was so scared. So yeah.
Hey Lisa, one of our viewers wants to know how long it took you to make that.
It took me a week. And that's like, I don't get to work 8 hours a day. So like I work and I clean the house and I go do this, that. So I really don't know how much time is invested, but it took me a whole week. It usually takes me about a week to make anything elaborate because I got to walk away and do other things. But I love the design. So this part of this, remember I said that's not my design. This is Sarah Thompson's design as well. But I just love how the gold wire comes around the stone, disappears, switches place with the silver wire, and comes back up. So he's silver and the gold filled. And gold filled is a really good product these days because you can put something, it's pretty solid. I mean, I've hammered on it, filed on it, and it's still gold. It's not the base metal yet. So this one's 682. This would be so beautiful with your wedding dress that is done with some gold or some, and you got this on this hand and you got your bouquet in the other. So yeah, this is beautiful. So that is what I'm into now. I'm like, I got to make more bracelets, and people have like 4-inch wrist. So my neighbor, she has a 4-inch wrist.
How crazy is that?
No,
tiny people.
I mean, so I'm going to do that.
Do you have your other multifunctional one that you could show us real quick?
Yeah.
Because I think that one is super cool too.
Yep. So these are bracelets. And let me see if I can get it to stay. So this one has rainbow tourmaline in the center. And so weird. Leaves that I made out of silver. And then this one just flipped around, but it's also got fire opal.
Fire opal. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you put it on, and I'm not going to do it because I'm not very good with one-handed. I swear to you, just like this bracelet, and just like the ones that Courtney gave me the rocks with you, they are heavy in the front. So they stay up on top of your wrist. They don't flop around to the bottom. Believe it or not, they don't. So he's a bracelet. And then, okay, well, I don't want to wear it as a bracelet today. So you take this little hook it's just a hook. And you take this hook right there. And you put it on a chain. So then it hangs down. Hangs down on a chain, but you're not up here. It's going to be more down in the,
in the cleavage
girl
area.
section. In the girls section. It's what I call cleavage jewelry. I'm sorry, it is a thing. Courtney has my first piece of.
And there's even a third way to wear it. Is there not?
Yeah. So you put a gonza ribbon through this hole on this side, and then you put it through here. You have your husband help you, and you put your hair back, and it my turkey neck.
It becomes a really badass choker.
It is so, oh my God, pretty. I'm gonna stand up. If I stand up, can you see it better?
No, we can see it. You're fine.
So I'm actually, so you can wear it 3 ways.
Yeah.
And it stays with the ribbon. I mean, if people paid me to make little links, I would. But why when you can just tie it on with a ribbon or a
cord or whatever? Yeah.
Right. So, so I have lots of these, and I have 3 of them, but they are my own design. So I made made the flower and I sent it off and had someone cast it for me. So these I made little earrings, and then I did the Kembu. I did the Kembu gold. Should I shut up yet?
No, you're good. You're fine. We got 5 minutes left, babe.
Oh, wow. So I did the Kembu gold. By the way, for any jewelry people out there like me, these felt things, they tarnish your jewelry. So if you're investing and you need to do vendor shows, don't buy these from Hobby Lobby if you can help it. You want to get the other ones because all my jewelry has got to be cleaned.
Every time.
Every time. So I get the faux leather. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? I don't know. What do you want me to show them?
I always like to ask guests, what is your favorite stone?
My
There you
favorite.
go.
Mhm.
Oh, my favorite stone. I love opals. I'm going back to turquoise. I think I'm gonna say anything gemmy. So like if you had any of those rocks that you guys were showing earlier, if you had some gemmy parts to them, I'm all down for that.
You remember the rhodonite I got from you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She has one of those stones. She loves it.
Oh, okay, the rhodonite. Yeah, the real Jimmy meat-looking rhodonite.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And,
Lisa,
I think I bought a lot of Tiffany stones from Courtney. That's how we met. And so I love that stone. Yeah. I don't know.
so Lisa and I actually met. She had bought a couple of Tiffany stones and several kaleidoscope prism stones. About what?
that's
About
what they
3 years?
were.
About 3 years ago, Lisa, something like
Yeah,
that.
they were pretty. They had
And,
green blue in them.
The package came open in the mail, and several of her stones came out of the package.
Wow.
And she, we didn't know each other from Adam, and she sent me a message with pictures and said, I don't know what to do. What should we do? And I said, well, I can refund you or I can cut you new stones, whatever you want to do. And she said, well, whatever you want to do is fine. No, like, really? So I just made her new stones and sent them to her and didn't charge her. And we've just been fast friends ever since. So it was really
It was hard for me because you know how people lie and you don't know if they're lying. So my husband is a postman. He delivered your mail. And those little mailers that you mail out, if you just flop them over and, press them down, And
sometimes they don't stay, yeah.
Just get out through the top. And so
We
I was
staple them.
So now I put I put packing tape on them. So
Yep.
Lisa has also helped me with my packaging issues too. So
That's so awesome.
we've all grown together a little bit.
yeah.
When I package something up, whether it's a box or I don't know, anything, it is completely taped. There are no, it's like I do that at Christmas to my kids and my husband too. So
Yes.
And she's not exaggerating. It's like, every time she sends me something, I'm 3 hours with a knife
Yes.
and a shovel and a pick or whatever it takes to get it open.
That's our packaging for sure. For sure. I've had so many people message me and be like, can you not use so much tape? And I'm like, you want
no, sorry.
Your packages are terrible to get into, Ryan, but I'll tell you what, nothing ever shows up broken. Ever.
Right.
like once every couple months, somebody will hit me up and be like, this chip's like a little piece. I'm like, what do you want from me? What do you want?
Right.
I'm just always wondering how she makes a profit when she puts $60 worth of tape on every package.
Yes.
She
Did you
pays more
see-
for shipping too.
Yeah. Well, did you see
Hey,
the
buy
post
bulk.
I made today?
Buy
The
bulk.
post I made today about shipping costs.
Yeah.
Have they
No,
gone
I
up
missed it.
again,
If anybody saw it,
again?
Go look at my page, either
Oh, Lord.
my CNS Facebook page or my personal Facebook page. No, it's just about, when people give you a hard time for the cost of what you charge for shipping.
Right.
I did
Right.
a report. I did a report in my QuickBooks yesterday, specifically on shipping costs, and I have lost over $740 in shipping this year.
Wow.
So,
And you just eat it.
My
You
shipping
eat it.
is what my shipping is, because shipping is more than about just the cost
But
of
you
sending
can't.
something. It's
You
about
can't
the
eat
time.
it.
It's about the boxes. It's about the bubble mailers.
Right.
It's about the bubble wrap. It's about
You
the
know-
tape. It's about
A lot goes into
You know.
selling. It's a
Nobody
lot of
wants-
stuff.
Nobody wants to pay for insurance, but
Right.
damn it, if they don't get that, now they want to pay for insurance. It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
right.
Well, and those free shipping boxes you get from the U.S. Postal Service, I'm telling you, they're not
You
free.
still gotta tape them all to hell. You know.
You got to double box.
Right.
I
That's
double
right.
box everything when I
That's
use those. Yeah,
Yeah.
And they give them to you for free, but they're making it up in the price of the shipping.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
big time.
And I'm just not one that will, just reuse old shipping materials that my stuff
Right.
came in, that I have to
Oh,
cut
no.
open, and it's all like, no, you're getting fresh bubble wrap. If you buy a cab, you're getting a nice little jewelry box. You're getting, your cap's going to be in a Ziploc bag. It's going to be in the jewelry box. It's going to be in the bubble mailer. It's going to be taped up. It's going, it's a whole thing, and it costs money, I guess is my.
I'm
So,
just getting into the idea of the jewelry boxes with the foam in them,
yes.
and where you can layer it between. I'm going to do that. You can tape them shut with a piece of Scotch tape, and then put them inside your package where you can pack
Exactly.
around it. And that's
Yeah, and
exactly
that-
what I'm going to start doing.
That's
Dave,
what
I
I
think
do
you need
too,
to put
David,
that
but I
piece of-
also you can get from Amazon these little tiny little Ziploc bags, like little drug dealer bags. Yeah, that will perfectly fit a cab, and then stick the cab in the jewelry box. That's what
That
I
needs
do.
to be Dave's new pocket rock. He keeps playing with that blue mountain.
Yeah,
Just
right,
put it in your
right.
It's so
pocket.
pretty.
I go a step further and I do tarnish bags and tarnish tabs.
I got one.
So,
Yes, that's
tarnish.
important for yours. Yeah, when
Yeah.
Lisa will also send the little cloths.
No.
Along with a little.
No.
Well, you used to. I guess you use
Used
the
to.
bags now, but she'll send you a little, like little card or little piece
Sunshine
of paper
cloth.
that tells you how to take care of your
Oh
product.
yeah. I have a little
all of that
thing.
stuff.
Don't wear it in the shower. Don't wear it while having sex. Don't.
She tells me that all the time. Now, I bought this bracelet from her.
My yin
Well,
and yang.
Yin and Yang bracelet, not this one. This one she fixed for me, but this one. And she told me that's not a daily wear. Don't wear it every day. And I've had it on my wrist. When did I come see you, Lisa? In June?
Mm-hmm.
Is that June? It has not come off my wrist since the day I saw her, and it has not broken. It has not separated. It has not. It's been through the shower. I can't tell you how many times, and it's still beautiful, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
So that's my Lisa plug right there.
Means she has good quality stuff.
Good quality stuff. The girl does not play around. It's wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
And so Courtney asked me, she's like, "Why is this bracelet this price and this one this price?" And I'm like,
It's
"Because I
the
bought
class.
silver 3 months ago. That
Right.
was how it was cost, and now it costs this much." But I like to use the 14 gauge. I love the 14 gauge.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, we're running over.
Okay.
Tammy asked, though, real quick before we end, where is the best place to buy a variety of stones for a variety of uses? So depends
Kingsley
on
North.
what your variety of
Glacier
uses
Bros.
is, right?
Come to Glacier
Ryan will say Kingsley North. I'll say Ryan Brown.
I say Glacier Bros. Come see me. I have it. If you need it, I'll get it.
Right.
So,
If you're looking for rough, hit up Ryan. If you're looking for cabs, hit up me, Dave, or Kirsten. Any of us can help you.
And who has
Yeah,
slabs?
it's really a multifaceted answer. I mean, find somebody that you can trust, that you've seen their work. I buy from a guy in Sweet Home. I can go up there. I pick up my orders. I know what he sells. So I buy a lot of my rough or a lot of my slabs from him. And sometimes I think I just got something from Courtney here recently. Maybe I know I get stuff from Kirsten. Haven't ordered from Ryan yet, but it's going to happen. We just met. And so find someone that has a great reputation. But you can also look at some of the stuff at places like Kingsley North, and buy some of theirs as well.
Okay, so with it coming upon the hour, I do want to make sure we do the giveaway, and it to receive to get your stuff, I guess I should say, you got to email me, and that email is rockandraccoon777@gmail.com. And I have 5. I need. Let's see, Dave. I'll have Dave. You'll pick today. Pick a number 1 through 5 for me.
3.
All right, Salty Cat, you win today. So please send me an email. Let me know that you are the winner from the show, and we will get you your gift out to you. I want to thank everyone for being here today. Courtney, Dave, Ryan, and Lisa, you guys are amazing. I always learn something new every time we get together, and that's what this is all about. So I'll let each of you, I'll start with Courtney, have one last thing to say.
I got nothing left to say except for thank you all for being here. I love each and every one of you on the screen, and I love all you in the audience too.
And we love you too, Courtney. Thank you for being with us today. And Ryan.
Subscribe and like the channel, definitely. But come back. We're here every Thursday. You're always going to learn something new. If we're learning, you're learning. I promise.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ryan. You're awesome. See you in a minute. Okay, Dave.
So I want to thank everybody, all the viewers tonight who come. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have a reason to do this. And, just encourage you to come and like us and watch us more often. Ask questions. That's how we learn. And so just want to say everybody's great. Glad to have the group of friends here, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome, Dave. Thank you. Oh, Lisa, it has been an absolute pleasure to get to meet you today. I love your work. You do amazing things. Do you have anything you'd like to say to everybody before we go?
Thanks for having me. It was fun. And hey, if you want to help a small girl, and all of us actually, like our pages, comment on our pages, leave hearts on our pages.
Absolutely.
Grow. Us small businesses are dying. So anyway, but I had fun. This was really fun. You're very smart for doing all this stuff.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, so it was so great having you. Have a great night. Okay. Oh, what a wonderful show. Thank you guys for being here with us. It was fun to do the giveaway and to keep track of names. I don't know if you could tell that I was doing that, but it has just been great. So we'll see you again next week, same time. Remember to go into the description to find links for all of our businesses, and just keep on rocking.